Our video today is going to cover the purpose clause in Latin. All right, so this is another use of the subjunctive in Latin. Purpose clauses are kind of straightforward. They tell us why the main verb is being completed or being done. I'm going to be pulling examples from page 110 in the green Cambridge Latin course, the third year book. So if you want to follow along, pull out your Cambridge Latin and turn to page 110. So the purpose clause has two components. All right, it's a lot simpler than like the indirect questions, which we've already covered in Cambridge, or more simple than the result clauses, which is in the next unit. All right, so the two parts are ut and a subjunctive verb. All right, and this ut, there's a couple of different ways to translate it. Actually, it's really surprising. The entry for ut in dictionaries is longer than it really needs to be, it seems sometimes. But there's a couple of, that's because ut is so versatile in Latin. So when we're dealing with purpose clauses, there's a couple of different ways you can translate ut. You can translate it so that, in order that, / in order to, or you could just translate it simply to. Now be careful with this one, all right? Be careful with using that to, because you don't want to get confused. This to is different from odd. That's a preposition, so odd has to be with a noun. And be careful confusing it with the infinitive endings. That's something that's implied in there, and in English we need the extra word, but Latin, it isn't there. So we just want to be careful when we're using this to, that we're using it as a purpose clause, or for the purpose clause. So that is a pretty good and standard one. In order that or in order to works as well. I sometimes get fancy and use for the purpose of. As a fourth way to translate the ut purpose clauses. All right? So that's all you really have. All right? Is you have this ut and then the subjunctive verb. And the ut is the divider of the sentence. Everything before the ut is your main clause. Everything after it is typically your subordinate clause. So if we look on some of the examples there, here, per totam noctem, what is it? Laborabant medicus. Ut vulnera militum. All right, so we have per totam noctem laborabant medicus ut vulnera militum. All right, and so this is where our purpose clause begins. So we have the doctor was working through the whole night. All right, so he was working, and why was he working through the whole night? Why wasn't he asleep? He was working. Oh, I forgot the verb. Sorry, guys. There we go. That makes more sense now. He was working through the whole night so that he might heal the wounds of the soldiers. All right? So through the whole night, the doctor was working so that he might heal the wounds of the soldiers. The purpose clause is telling us why is he doing this main verb? Why is he working through the whole night? All right? And so we have ut here, and we have our subjunctive verb here in the imperfect tense. All right? We know it's the imperfect because it has that infinitive stem built right into it. Okay? Let's look at one more example of it. So, rex inter ad fontem fecit. Rex inter fontem fecit ut aquam sacrum biberet. Ut aquam sacrum biberet. All right. So again, Ut starts it off, all right, so that's dividing our sentence, and then biberet finishes it. So the king, he made a journey to the fountain, all right, to the spring, to Aquae Sulis, as we all know, and this king is King Kagademna. So the king made a journey to the fountain so that he could drink the sacred waters, all right. So why is he making this journey? Why is he making he itea fecit? It's for the purposes of drinking the water, so that he could drink the water, in order to drink the water, all right? And so that basically covers purpose clauses. There's not much to them. You just want to make sure that you're looking at what is a purpose clause and not possibly another subjunctive clause, which we'll be covering in one of the next videos that I'll be making here. So you just want to be careful that you're dealing with purpose clauses. All right, and as always, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment box below or send me an email. Thank you for watching the video.